doing? Are you trying to be an actor? You're not going to leave us to try to be an actor, are you?
Shauna, I thought you were my biggest fan.
Well, no offense, Kevin. I am your biggest fan, but not necessarily for your acting skills. We're the biggest fan of you because of everything you do for the college. You do scholarships for so many students and help them out every year. You're a co-sponsor for our annual dinner, and you sit on our foundation board.
You know, you're right. You're right. I should give up this dream, and because we do support the college, we do believe in the things that the college does for their students, and we believe in the young people. We believe in the education. We believe that that's the things that will move us all forward. So, thank you. But, can I do one more thing?
Really?
Yes, please, please. I beg of you.
Okay.
Let me do one more thing.
Just because you do so much for the college, Kevin. Once more.
Once again, Kevin Pyle thinks he's the Terminator.
I'll be back.
I have always prided myself on having a gift of gab, but I may be at a loss for words right now. I'm not sure. But I also made a line, I've said it here recently, that with age, it's good to have a little self-deprecating humor, and I may have deprecated myself completely out of business tonight with that appearance with Bill Bonin, the second, who, by the way, is not here tonight. I thought that was kind of coincidental that he doesn't show up tonight and leaves me out there holding the bag on that. But in any event, it was fun doing that, and a big round of applause for both of our sponsors tonight. At this time, I'll introduce RLC Foundation CEO Sean Emanuel as we announce the Alumnus of the Year.
It is my pleasure to introduce the 2013 Rend Lake College Alumnus of the Year. To introduce Trish this evening, I want to tell you a story about the day that I let her know that she would be selected to receive Rend Lake College's highest honor. That she was to represent Rend Lake College as someone that has embodied what we wish for all of our students. She was here from Chicago, and we had lunch together. I didn't have much of a written agenda, which is quite the surprise for me. I wanted to just wait and see how it went and tell her at the right time. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that Trish had no idea what I had up my sleeve that day. We talked about just about everything. We talked about her endowment. We talked about the college. We talked about the basketball team. We also talked about her job. She's obviously phenomenal at it. We talked about basketball. We both loved to play the sport, and apparently we both got yelled at quite a bit. And all throughout the conversation, whether we were talking about Rend Lake College or not, Trish continuously made comments that cemented the fact that she was the person to win this award. She values community colleges. She gives back. She knows what her education means. She loves her first alma mater just as much as she loves her second alma mater. You know that feeling that you get when you know that you've done something right? It's like that feeling whenever you find the perfect Christmas present for someone and you're picturing them opening it and knowing that it's the perfect gift. That's how I felt the longer we talked at this conversation. Trish is the perfect example of what we want for our graduates. She shows what a good education, a lot of hard work, determination, and a team attitude can get you. She hasn't forgotten her roots. She's proud of her collegiate start at Rend Lake College, and I can assure you that Rend Lake College is extremely proud to call her our 2013 Alumnus of the Year. Trish Reed.
Good evening, and thank you, Shauna. And thank you to the Rend Lake College Foundation for this honor. I'm flattered and touched to be Rend Lake College's Alumnus of the Year. and join a distinguished group of individuals. When Shauna first told me about this honor, I was speechless. And very few times in my life have I been speechless. And I can best illustrate that point by this fact. Back in the 1970s, during the CB radio craze, my two older brothers thought the most fitting CB handle for me would be Motormouth. So you can appreciate the gravity of a moment that would make Motormouth speechless. So I simply stand here tonight, humble and grateful, truly grateful to be born and raised in Southern Illinois, truly grateful for my family, truly grateful to be called a former Lady Warrior, and truly grateful for the positive impact Rend Lake College has had on my life. This honor was certainly a wow moment for me, but I'm really thankful for the aha moment that reconnected me with Rend Lake College. And that aha moment came a couple of years ago after another call from SIU soliciting a donation. I thought about the money I had just donated, and I didn't have a connection to it, and I didn't have a connection of how it would help a college student. And I thought about my experience at Southern, and it was great, but I realized in that aha moment that had it not been for the positive impact of Rend Lake College, I would have not had that positive experience at SIU. So I decided right then and there that if I had a choice in making an investment in a college, I choose Rend Lake. So then I just had to figure out how I made that happen. So, well, all it took was a simple email to the foundation, and literally the next morning I had a reply from Shauna. She was genuinely excited to learn more about my experience at Rend Lake, so we talked, and within a month I made my first trip back to Rend Lake's campus since 1987. And I left campus that day knowing I would invest in future Rend Lake College students through a memorial scholarship in my dad's name. Back in 1985, I was a typical Southern Illinois kid. Both my parents worked. My dad was a coal miner. My mom worked at a garment factory in Cesar. I knew higher education was always important, and college was always in my plan. I just wasn't sure how I was going to pay for it, and I'm pretty sure my parents were not sure how they could help me. So it was a quick conversation with Coach Waugh at the end of my senior year in high school that opened up an opportunity for me to play basketball at Rend Lake and to get my college paid for. So that certainly made the first step in my journey easier for my parents and me. I look back at my time at Rend Lake with great fondness, and not because I had so much fun there. And don't get me wrong, I did have a lot of fun at Rend Lake. But my fondness comes from how much I grew as a person while I was there. As an 18-year-old kid, I had no way of knowing that first day of class that I was starting a journey that would offer so many challenges and opportunities, and I would learn, grow, and change along the way. I was a good student in high school. My mom always told me to do the best I could, but I'm pretty sure I didn't reach my potential in high school because I didn't fully apply myself. There were just way too many other distractions going on. However, after starting at Rend Lake, I got enthused about my classes, and I started doing my very best in the classroom. And I took very seriously trying to manage my time between class studies and basketball. One key difference at Rend Lake, and I think this is everywhere, any college, I had the freedom to fail, but I knew the instructors at Rend Lake truly wanted me to succeed, and I had their full support to reach my potential. One of the best things that happened to me at Rend Lake was my math turnaround. I had a struggling math experience in high school. So my confidence to do well at Rend Lake in college algebra, business calculus, statistics, and finite math was not high. But I remember this like it was yesterday. Fall semester of my freshman year, I'm in algebra class, and what started as dread turned into excitement as I realized I'm getting this, and this is not that hard. And then I ace a few tests, and my confidence starts increasing. At work, we call that being on a roll. You know, when momentum gets going and you feel like nothing can stop you. Well, I was so much on a roll, I took math classes I didn't even need to take for my degree at Rend Lake. It's all good. But all my instructors at Rend Lake were great, but that first math instructor helped create a confidence level that was vital for me to go on and succeed as a finance major at SIU. My classroom experience was great at Rend Lake, so it is no surprise that I'm very quick to offer my opinion to any parent or high school student that will listen to me on why they should seriously consider a junior college. And especially depending on the student, it may be the very best first step to pursue a 4-year degree. Another notable experience I took away from Rend Lake was on the basketball court. The life lessons I learned as a Lady Warrior have been invaluable to me during my career at Navistar. I had the typical small school sports experience at Waltonville. I like to call it being the big fish in the little pond. And it was great. I loved basketball, and I got lots of varsity playing time starting my freshman year as a Lady Spartan. So I was thrilled to extend my playing days by getting an opportunity to play basketball for the Lady Warriors. However, it didn't take long after practices started for me to figure out that I was now a little fish in a big pond. My confidence and ego took a hit, and it was certainly a difficult adjustment. And it was a humbling experience for me, but one now that I would not trade for the world, because I learned for the first time that what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. And that lesson has paid off numerous times for me at Navistar. It gave me the confidence to take on the tough assignments. And it also helped me realize that it is those times in your life when you are the most uncomfortable that you learn, grow, and change the most. Probably without knowing it, Coach Waugh taught me something that I've taken with me in every leadership position I've had at Navistar. And that is, one, to assess people in degrees of strengths versus weaknesses, that each person has an important role on the team, and to make sure that everyone understands what that role is and how they bring value to the team. And that is simply what Coach Waugh did for me. He helped me understand what my role on the team was and how important I was regardless of the number of minutes I played. So I embraced it, and it motivated me to work even harder for him and the team. I will never forget reading an overview of the Lady Warriors team early in our 1985 season. And a quote from Coach Waugh in the local paper was this: "I've seen some players now that we've started playing who are going to be able to contribute that I wasn't sure about at first. At Dyersburg, for example, Trish Reed bailed us out." Now, I must admit, when I first read that and I connected the dots, I was just a tad bit insulted. I was like, I think he's talking about me. But what I really remember thinking the most after that was, wow, Coach Waugh took a gamble on me. And hopefully I'm going to make it pay off for him. Well, so in the spirit of playing that forward, I've made the same gamble on people in my career at Navistar, and it has paid off many, many times. A perspective I took away from a leadership class once was that the basic building block of good team building is for a leader to promote the feeling that every human being is unique and adds value. I am so fortunate I got to see that work at Rend Lake, and it is one of the biggest takeaways I left Rend Lake with. I think to best recap the impact Rend Lake has had on me, I'd like to share a portion of that first email I sent to the foundation. And part of it read, "Rend Lake College helped me tremendously through a basketball scholarship, and my 2 years playing for Hummer taught me a lot about humility, leadership, and attitude. My academic and athletic experience at Rend Lake College has a lot to do with the person I am today and the success I've enjoyed in my professional life thus far." And that email best summarizes why Rend Lake College will always have a special place in my history and a special place in my heart. I am also thrilled to be a part of a celebration tonight about teamwork. Obviously, teamwork was a big part of my experience at Rend Lake College. It's always been a part of my life, whether that was growing up in a one-bathroom house, which, depending on how many people are there, requires a lot of teamwork, playing sports, or working with customer peers or employees at Navistar. I think teamwork is an important attribute that doesn't always get the focus and credit it deserves. So it is exciting tonight to hear about teamwork at Rend Lake and the great things Rend Lake is doing for its students in the community. One of my favorite quotes about teamwork comes from Andrew Carnegie, and he says, "Teamwork is the fuel that allows common people to attain uncommon results." And that is certainly what Rend Lake College is doing and will continue to do in the future. I'm very proud to be part of the team by being involved in the Rend Lake College Foundation. I've been so impressed with the foundation and its contributors and the amount of support it provides to Rend Lake College students. As a former student, that is truly inspiring. It has also been a pleasure working with Shauna. I appreciate her passion about Rend Lake and its students, and every conversation I leave with an increased enthusiasm around doing more for the school and the students. So with that, I want to sincerely thank the foundation for this honor. After reading articles about former alumnus of the year, it is amazing to me how this annual foundation dinner conveys the tremendous impact a junior college can have on traditional and non-traditional students, and the greatness that can come out of Ina, Illinois. I also want to acknowledge my friends that are here tonight. We all know how important it is to choose our friends wisely, as they have positive influences in our life. My friends, for the most part, have been positive influences on me. But most importantly, I've been surrounded by good people who have made me a better person by knowing them. And I certainly want to acknowledge a person who surprised me tonight, and that's Coach Waugh, who gave me the opportunity to play for Rend Lake. I also want to thank the team that means the most to me, and the team I'm most proud to be a part of, my family. My Chicago family, Danielle, who is my constant cheerleader and supporter. My nieces and nephews, who simply motivated me to be my best so I would be a good example to them. I'm proud of them, and I look forward to the next generation of great nieces and nephews to grow up like wonderful people like their parents. My older sisters and brothers, Diane, Jan, Dan, and Don, who without knowing it probably motivated me the most, because I was bound and determined to prove to them that I was not the spoiled baby that they teased me about being. So hopefully with tonight, I might be somewhat mission accomplished with that. But their subtle motivation and their love and support every step of the way has been a rock in my foundation. And my parents, my mom, Imogene, who is here tonight, and my dad, Cletus, who is here in spirit, taught us a lot of things. But their morals and strong work ethic is the legacy I'm most proud of, and the legacy that all their children carry forward each day. Their discipline, expectations, support, and unconditional love certainly put me on a good path. The sacrifices my parents made for me can never be repaid. So I only hope that through the C.H. Reed Memorial Scholarship, it will pay it forward and help many future college students create the first step in an exciting journey of their life. So thanks to everyone who came tonight. Thanks again to the Rend Lake College Foundation. And thank you, Rend Lake College, for being a great start to my journey. And last but not least, go Warriors.
And Trish, as I'm sure you learned playing for Coach Waugh always gets the final word. to add a few comments tonight following the comments of our alumnus of the year. It's my pleasure to welcome Hummer Wall.
I guess this could be like a rebuttal speech. Jim, I want you to know there's a record that was set here tonight. I was able to get 5 bites of my salad in before I spilled it on my tie. Usually I get 3 in, so Lila says, oh no, not again. Trish, I'd like to congratulate you on behalf of your Rend Lake College teammates and myself, of course, for all the accomplishments that you've made in your life and in such a short period of time. Now, I know it's been over 20 years, but believe me, that's a short period of time in the scheme of things. I kind of knew when Trish came in that she was going to be successful because she had a terrific work ethic, and that had to come from down here. She was a people person also, not just of her own peers, but a people person of all generations. And I could see that in your interactions with people. And that those are 2 very important things. Work ethic, and of course being a people person. I'm sure that's carried over into your workplace now, today. You understand, you learned and understood the role of a team. Not everybody has the same job, not everybody has the same skills, but if you put them all together, which is what you've done at Navstar, then you got a team, a successful team. And there's a lot of coaches in the room tonight, and I think most of us would say you have to explain to people what their role is and what role they play on this team. And I'm sure you do that. And you understand that. Coaches understand this next thing I'm about to say, and I think most people will. Trish was a good teammate. She was a good teammate. That means she supported her fellow teammates in every way that she possibly could, and she was liked and respected by all of them. I know that. So Trish, if you were able to get anything at all from your experience at Rend Lake College, and particularly your experience with the Lady Warrior basketball program, I for one am proud to think that if you said what I think you said, that was part of your what you've got from us, and we really appreciate that. Jim, thank you very much. Shauna, thank you for having me. Trish, congratulations.
Trish said, "Go Warriors." They're up 56-53 with 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Had trailed by 3 early and up 3 now. To bring your program highlights, please join me in welcoming RLC President Terry Wilkerson.
It's my pleasure and duty tonight to talk about some of the program highlights. But first of all, I want to give a little bit of credit back to the audience I've got tonight. I'm impressed with the amount of board members from both boards, the amount of community partners, the faculty and staff that I'm proud to be on their team that are here tonight, and everybody readjusting their schedule, which I know is not easy this time of year, to go ahead and make it and have such a good turnout. So thank you for that. On our program highlights, Sean and I get together, want to talk about what do we want to brag about. Well, we want to brag about everything, and kind of good at that. And that's one of the better parts and highlights of the job that we have. This year we chose 2. The first one, Allied Health, and probably put what stemmed that as much as anything, we got a Title III grant. We're in the first year of 5 years of about $2 million, and its main design is to help students be more successful in allied health, to start and develop more careers in that area, and look at healthcare and look at advancing that and being a better partner with that. Now, that being said, you talk about teamwork. I get to take credit, get up here to brag about it and do all that, and I really didn't do anything but sign the application. There's a lot of people out here that did a lot more work with that and helped develop that and get that going. And then there's also faculty and staff members out here that are going to make sure that that is successful. We continue to get funded and we continue to move forward. With that being said, our partners and partners in industry. When we look at all our programs, everything comes together. We highlight allied health and we highlight coal mining tonight. But really, when we do that, we're highlighting all our programs. And so it doesn't, I don't want to diminish anything from what else we do. All the academics, all the certificates, all the industry training that we do, that comes into those partnerships with our industry partners. Specifically tonight, we're highlighting Crossroads, and we're highlighting Good Samaritan, Phil Gustafson, and Finney. Guys that have stepped forward, they want to contribute their time. They really become partners with us. They really become kind of mentors to us. They tell us what we can develop the curriculum. If you want it taught, we'll teach it, but you got to tell us what you want us to teach. What does industry want? And they're good about that. And so, and that puts them almost in a visionary point of what's coming down the line, what should we be doing? And so, with that, Allied Health. Roll the video.
With St. Mary's Good Samaritan, we are obviously very interested in young people and people who have changed careers and would like to be involved in healthcare. And we have had just tremendous relationships with the college. What we find is we've got a great candidate when they come out of the college.
Crossroads enjoys a great working relationship with Rend Lake College. It's multifaceted. We have someone on the foundation board. We have scholarships. We work readily with the college to establish programs that meet our needs as a community business and also to improve the programs that they currently have.
We are very thankful that Phil and Finney serve on the Rend Lake College Foundation Board.